Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Janice here from Style Life with Janice. If you're new here, I do all things vlogs, hair, lifestyle, outfit of the day, a little bit of luxury, just whatever I feel like, guys. I'm just out here vlogging my life. But if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and tuning in, and I really appreciate it. Happy New Year's, guys. I hope you had a good one and the holidays was everything you wanted it to be and more. But guys, I cannot believe it is 2026. Thank God we made it another year because it is going by so fast. It's the month of February already and my first video of 2026. So on a more somber note, I would be remiss if I didn't mention what's going on in the country today. This isn't a political channel, however, my thoughts and prayers are going out to everyone that is being persecuted, detained, or harmed in our streets. And I just hope we can find a more humane and effective immigration process. And I wish safety and peace for all Americans. But honestly, guys, on another note, I have not been doing anything worth picking up the camera for. I was taking a little break because January 1st, we started a new plan at my job. I'm excited. As many of you know, I am a nurse and I do case management, and I really had to take the time to focus on the program as well as learning the software. We're working in Epic now, whereas prior to that, I had access to Epic, but it was read only. Anyway, everything is going good with the job and I'm learning a lot. But again, I really had to focus on that. Now, other than that, I haven't been doing much of anything this year because work, I've just been pretty much hibernating in the house because it's been so cold. In fact, it hasn't been this cold in a long time. I feel like our winters have been very mild in the past. Anyway, guys, today's video is about things to consider on your hair care journey in 2026. I might do a two-part series, so we'll see, but I hope that this helps someone on their hair growth journey. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. And one thing's for certain, let's be clear. I don't care what anybody says. Genetics plays a huge role in hair growth, but it's not the only factor. Although genetics play a huge role, you still have to take care of your hair in order to grow it and to maintain the length that you're trying to accomplish. Health and genetics influences the thickness of your hair, the texture, the density, and how fast it grows. Our hair also goes through health cycles, which includes 3 phases that every strand goes through. The first phase is anagen, which is the growth phase, catagen, the transition phase, and telogen, the resting or shedding phase. So I'm not going to go into all of that, but just know that these are the 3 phases and you can look them up, on your own time. Anyway, all of these things are determined by genetics, and it ain't nothing you can do about it to change it. Like I said, you still have to maintain that growth. So today I'm going to talk about 7 things to consider that can affect hair growth and length retention, because there are a lot of things to consider. This is just what I've seen and experienced in the past that can affect hair growth and length retention in no particular order. So number 1 is nutrition. What you eat can play a huge role in affecting your hair growth. So what you put on the inside will definitely show up on the outside. So basically, garbage in, garbage out. So the question is, you want to ask yourself is, are you eating a well-balanced diet, including enough fruits and vegetables? Are you eating enough protein? Are you taking vitamins? I personally don't take a lot of vitamins, but I know vitamins can be effective, and some people take them and they work for them. Are you getting enough iron? Are you drinking enough water? So what you consume is just as important, not just for hair growth, but also for skin and nails. Number 2, stress. This is huge. Stress can have a nasty effect on your hair. It can be related to certain events like surgeries, life changes. Emotional stress can all have a toll on your hair. It can cause you to have a lot of shedding, thinning, a lot of breakage, bald spots. And of course, that's going to change the density of your hair. It can also slow new growth, and it can make that new growth weaker and brittle. But as your stress levels decrease, your hair growth should begin to improve. You can do a whole dissertation on stress because stress wreaks havoc. Number 3, hormones. A huge factor to consider is the stress hormone called cortisol. Amongst other things, it can cause scalp inflammation, and that can decrease blood flow to the scalp, which in turn will disrupt the hair follicle and its ability to grow healthy and strong hair. Also, the thyroid hormone can be affected. The thyroid plays a huge role in hair growth because it helps to control how fast your body cells grow and renew, including hair follicle cells. So you have low thyroid, which is hypothyroidism. It slows cells turnover. Hair grows more slowly. Hair becomes more dry, coarse, brittle, thinning of eyebrows. And then you have high thyroid, which is hyperthyroidism, which speeds up metabolism too much, which could lead to fine, soft hair that sheds easily. So the thyroid hormone is also affected by those phases that I mentioned earlier. But once thyroid levels are treated and stable, hair growth often improves, hopefully. So number 4, medications. Certain types of medications can affect hair growth, and that is because they influence your hormones, cell turnover, and blood flow. But see how everything is basically connected and ties together? But medication can also affect those hair cycles and attribute to increased shedding and thinning. Some of you can attest to this, especially if you are on medications that affect your hair growth. So a few medication groups that I know of that affect hair growth are like antidepressants, beta blockers, which blocks the effect of adrenaline, is used to lower your blood pressure and your heart rate. Basically, beta blockers tell your heart and nervous system to calm down. And then you have chemotherapy, just to name a few. So number 5 is chronic conditions, which disrupt the growth cycle. They change the hormone levels. They can reduce blood flow and nutrients. Chronic conditions increase inflammation, puts long-term stress on the body, which increases cortisol because they may require medications that slow hair growth. So I know this stinks because it's almost like a 2-for-1. So if you are suffering from any of these conditions and then having to take medications on top of that, it's almost like a double effect, double-edged sword, so to speak. So chronic conditions like autoimmune diseases, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, thyroid diseases, psoriasis, what else? Eczema, chronic skin diseases that affect the scalp like dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, vitamin deficiencies. Hair follicles need a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients in chronic conditions that impair circulation. You have diseases like diabetes, vascular disease, or nutrient absorption like celiac disease, Crohn's disease. All these conditions can cause thinning and weak hair strands. And, it can disrupt the growth cycle and have a negative impact on your hair altogether. Number 6, exercise. So basically, exercise is mostly good for the hair because it increases the heart rate, which pumps more oxygen-rich blood to the scalp, and therefore improving circulation to the scalp. So regular exercise reduces stress, therefore lowering the stress hormone like cortisol, which can trigger shedding. So basically, it helps to balance certain hormones, also like the thyroid hormone and the insulin hormone as well. Exercise increases nutrients delivery by improving digestion and circulation, overall vitamins, minerals, and proteins, which is definitely needed to help recover those muscles. Um, However, intense exercise can impact hair growth negatively or have the opposite effect, like over exercising, which can increase cortisol levels, which will increase shedding. Or if you have a heavy, if you are a heavy sweater and you don't wash the sweat off your scalp, that can lead to irritation, clogged follicles, bacteria, all of that. And also when we exercise, we like pulling our hair back. So we don't want to rip out our edges or our hair. That's another thing to consider. So basically, I say do everything in moderation, best practices. Basically, you have to do what works for you. Again, everything in moderation. So, you want to avoid tight hairstyles while working out. You want to rinse your scalp if you're a heavy sweater. You want to eat enough protein and nutrients to allow for muscle recovery. You want to drink enough water. You need to allow for rest days to keep cortisol levels down. So all of that. So number 7, perming and not taking care of your hair. I was definitely guilty of that. So in my opinion, chemicals don't necessarily stop the hair from growing, but they can damage the hair. They can damage the hair shaft by causing dryness, breakage, split ends, frizz, and can irritate the scalp, especially if you don't take care of your hair. So this goes for color treated hair as well. So basically for me, when I had my perm and I was also getting rinses, I should have been washing my hair regularly, which would have helped with my scalp irritation and dandruff. I had a lot of dandruff. I should have been moisturizing my hair, sleeping with a bonnet at night. I should have been doing all of that, but I didn't. And even though my hair looked healthy, deep down, it wasn't. My hair and my scalp was dry because I never moisturized it. I didn't wash it, like I said, as often as I should have. My scalp was irritated at times because I would never wash it on my own. I would just wait till my hair appointment, and sometimes I didn't have an appointment for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. So again, just because you have a perm or you color your hair does not mean that you shouldn't have a healthy hair routine to go along with those things. And I didn't, which is why my hair would never grow like above bra length. But I did clip my ends or trim my ends, so that was a good thing. So, all right, guys. So basically, these are just some of the things that can prevent your hair from growing. So if you want length retention, which is basically retaining the length that you're growing from your scalp and preventing your ends from breaking at the same time, you want to have, and you're trying to grow your hair, you have to put in the work. Yeah, you have to put in the work. So if you don't have a good hair care routine, you are not going to obtain the length that you're looking for. And for me, unfortunately, I didn't learn this until later in life. I learned that it's imperative that you take care of your hair if you're trying to grow it. And that means finding a regimen and products that work for you, and being consistent. And just because it works for someone else does not mean it's going to work for you. So you have to find your own regimen. So I hope that this helps someone on their hair care journey, because we can all grow hair. So let me know in the comments if any of these issues like stunted your hair growth and what you did to combat it. Also, what has worked for you and how your hair growth journey is going. I'm really interested in that. So all right, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.